Marcothepositive. With 2 decades, my loving viewers, of experience mastering people's skills, strategies, and resilience, my loving viewers, my mission is simple here. Bringing people from dark to light. This is about building a stronger community and building a battle-tested blueprint, my loving viewers, for your success. Every video is engineered to give you the mindset and strategy, my loving viewer, and resilience you need to emerge victorious today against any obstacle. Glory to God. We dive into deep. We dive in. We dive deep into faith, identity, and overcoming the odds, my loving viewers. Proving that you don't need pity, you need a plan. Everybody needs a plan in your life. And no one gets left behind in this channel, my loving viewers. No one, glory to God. This channel is your go-to source, my loving viewers, for your salvation defined and hard-earned wisdom, my loving viewers. So hit that subscribe button right now. Join the family, my loving viewers, and let's get leveled up from the ground up, my loving viewers. Glory to God. And I really absolutely appreciate you, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, all of you, my loving viewers. Glory to God. So, we are talking about today, my loving viewers, in this preview. We are talking about today, glory to God. I'm so happy and so glad that you are here. Glory to God, you guys. So, why this is the title? Why you can't alter my loving viewers, the great sadness, the Shack cold case. It's gonna be amazing and a blessing, this preview, my loving viewers. So I really absolutely appreciate you for coming in today. Glory to God. You are amazing and a blessing, you guys. And I can't do these videos without you, so I really absolutely appreciate you. So, can you heal a wound you refuse to touch, my loving viewers? See, everybody can have cuts. Everybody can fall or trip, or even hit their heads. See, most people, my loving viewer, thinks time just washes away deep grief. But when you look at the psychological reality of great grief, great sadness, my loving viewers, isolation builds a prison. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Keshia? Thank you so much for coming in today. Isolation builds a great prison that keeps people locked inside for a lifetime. So today, here at Marcothepositive, my loving viewers, I'm examining the cold case of a soul trapped in despair to see. I've been doing real good, Kesha. Thank you so much for coming in today. Glory to God. I'm so glad that you are here, and I'm so glad that everyone's going to be enjoying this video today, my loving viewers. To see how the heart breaks, my loving viewers, and whether you can be back together. Glory to God. See, we're treating this like a deep investigation, my loving viewers, in the human soul. Into the human soul. We took the weight of unhealed pain. Hey, how you doing today? Thank you so much for coming in today. I really absolutely appreciate you. And if you're here for the first time, comment, like, and subscribe. Glory to God. So, if we look, the if we look at the weight of the pain, my loving viewers, and put it under a spotlight, would the verdict be reassigned, brokenhearted, and save those who are crushed in spirit? You know, we have to really understand this. Have a great day too, Keisha. Thank you so much for coming in today. I'm so glad that each and every one of you are enjoying these videos, my loving viewers. So comment, like, and subscribe right now. Glory to God. Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you to Sharon for coming in today. Glory to God. And thank you, Marilel, for coming in today. Glory to God. Marilel Fernandez. Thank you so much for coming in today. I really absolutely appreciate you. I really hope I got that right. Let me know in the comments. So, what's in my mouth? What's with my mouth? Hey Mike, how you doing today? Mike Alice, D, Wonderland, how you doing today? Nothing's wrong with my mouth, dude. Don't worry about it. It's all good. We have the same mouth. Glory to God. So in any look, my loving viewers, at chronic grief, you start with an environment. Mack's heart wasn't just sad, my loving viewers. It was under a high security lockdown by his own pain. And we go through this, my loving viewers, especially the ones who are an emotional person. Everybody goes through this. You had emotional walls, my loving viewers, built so high that no outside comfort could get in. But when trauma, my loving viewers, when trauma hits the mind, my loving viewers, often creates an eternal prison. Hey, how you doing today? Thank you, Samuel, for coming in today. Glory to God. I really absolutely appreciate you. You are amazing and a blessing, you guys, and I'm so glad that you are here today. Glory to God. So you had an emotional walls built so high that no outside comfort could get in. When trauma hits, my loving viewers, the mind often creates an internal prison, a place where you isolate yourself from everyone, my loving viewers. Hey Dale, how you doing today? Including the people who love you most. See, when we go through the process of grief, my loving viewers, I mean, I don't know who needs this today, but I'm just gonna tell you my own experience. See, around Around 9 years ago, my loving viewers, I did lose my companion, and it was really, really hard for me. Oh, thank you, Dale, for real. It was really, really hard for me at the time, my loving viewers, because um, I was so used to that person being with that person for many, many years, you know, and she passed away. So the journey wasn't easy, my loving viewers, and I'm still here today by the grace of God. You know? So I'm defying theory, my loving viewers. Falls apart when you cross, examines the daily reality of living. None, my loving viewers. How do you pretend to move forward while your soul is still frozen at the scene of the tragedy, my loving viewers? See, everybody gets to be sad in every area, especially when somebody passes away in your life. See, when you cross-examine the daily reality of living numb, how do you pretend to move forward while your soul is still frozen at the scene of the tragedy? See, in Psalm 147 verse 3 states, the healing reality, he heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Grief wants you to stay. Grief wants you to stay, my loving viewers, hidden in the dark. But the heart was not meant to live in isolation, my loving viewers. It was not meant to live in solitude or a solitary confinement. This is the forensic fact number one. Now we move to the catalyst in this legal case. A single piece of new evidence, my loving viewers, it changes the entire trajectory of the investigation. Out of nowhere, my loving viewer, Mack receives a mysterious note inviting him to go back to the shack. The very place where his nightmare began. Glory to God. See, skeptics of grace, my loving viewers, tries to tell themselves to throw the note away or to ignore. To ignore the summons. But a summons from the past, my loving viewers, demands an answer. Returning to the shack isn't a walk Melody Newer down memory lane. It's walking right back into the lion's den of your deepest sorrow. As, as Ecclesiastes 4 verses 9 and 10 reminds us, Melody Newers, two are better than one. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. See, Mack couldn't pull himself out of that prison, Melody Newers. He could not, and it wasn't that easy for him, which I know it's not easy for many people. So Mack couldn't pull himself up out of that prison, Melody Viewers. So the invitation had to meet him right where he was paralyzed. Glory to God. See, we always go through this, Melody Viewers. When tragedy comes, it really comes. It doesn't prepare you. It doesn't give you instructions how to do this or how to do that. It just comes. I know I'm taking my time today, my loving viewers, because I really want this to touch you. You know? Because it's good to remember. So we all get paralyzed when we lose somebody in our lives. And we get numb. And we get so hurt, Melody viewers. But I know that there is a God that loves us. Glory to God. He really understands you. And he understands me. You know? So Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9 and 10, it says, two are better than one. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. See, there's a lot of people, my loving viewers, cannot pull themselves up because of tragedy or because of sickness or disease or anything like that. I assure you, Melody viewers, that it's not easy. So we just gotta ignore the critics, Melody viewers. And we just need to stay focused. See, the shack isn't a walk downtown memory lane, Melody viewers. It's walking right back into the lion's den. Where is your deepest sorrow? You know? So when we So when we go through this, my loving viewers, we're going through this every single day. See, the hardest part of any recovery is waiting back, my loving viewers, where you got hurt. See, look at how grief tries to convince us, my loving viewers, that the pain is permanent. It's a permanent residence rather than a place we are meant to pass through, my loving viewers. What changes a person from a prisoner of despair to a seeker of restoration? That's what I'm asking you tonight, my loving viewers. Glory to God. See, in Lamentations 3, verse 40, it gives us the direction, my loving viewers. Let us examine our ways and test them. And let us return to the Lord. This wasn't a vague feeling of comfort, my loving viewers. It was an active stop or step back to the source. Glory to God. I'm glad that you are here today, Dale. And it also brings us attention, my loving viewers. Glory to God, you guys. See, in any trial, when a broken person steps, my loving viewers, the pain is a historical fact. It's a historical fact of this journey. See, we've seen the call, my loving viewers. We've seen this. We've seen the cell. We've heard the silence. And we've seen the invitation, my loving viewers. All I can say, my loving viewers, is that the journey is back. And the journey is building, my loving viewers. Glory to God. And the path to grace is still open today. Glory to God. So I want you to join me for the full episode, my loving viewers, as we step back into the shack. And I'll see you guys in the comments, my loving viewers. Glory to God. Right here at Marcothepositive. You know, you are amazing and a blessing. And you are the ones that make this channel where it is today. Sorry for the jump, my loving viewers. So how's everybody doing today? And I'm grateful that you are here today, my loving viewers. So comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll definitely comment right back at you. You are amazing, and you are a blessing, you guys. Glory to God. And the more that you watch these videos, the more the watch time will increase, and the views will go up, you guys. Glory to God. So comment like and subscribe right now. And I'll definitely comment right back at you. I love you guys. God bless y'all. See you guys at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, my loving viewers. And I really absolutely appreciate y'all. God bless. Peace.